So, quick video before I do one or two unboxings tonight, and it's a recent new wine region I've tried. I've been meaning to try it for a long time. So the Etna region in Sicily, eastern side of Sicily, right near an active volcano, Mount Etna. A lot of the eruptions from that volcano has poured down magma, other things that are making the soil very fertile, and that volcanic soil is extremely good for winemaking. It's been a hot region for a number of years now. I haven't really ignored it. I guess I just wasn't so thrilled with some of the wines or what I read about them. And I finally said, you know, if I'm going to try one, I should try some good expressions. So with my J.J. Buckley box, I had this actual, bought two of these. So the other day I opened one and tried it. And I really liked it. So just a great wine. Lighter in style, but it reminds me of a cross between Nebbiolo, like a Barolo Barbaresco, but from the Nebbiolo grape from Piedmont, and Pinot Noir. Yeah, more so I'd say Old World Pinot Noir, because there's a little more character. Even though some fresh fruit, it's not like a California Pinot, which are a little bit heavier, darker. This is more classic Pinot, but it's got the tannin structure that I really enjoy. So where I've always had a problem with Pinot is it just lacks a little bit in that tannin. And not that the lightness is bad or the elegance is not there. It's there, especially that Marquis d'Angerville that I had, which was the best Pinot I ever had, but that was a $150 Pinot, if not more. This, I'm not even sure what it should cost, but nowhere near that, and it was great. So after drinking this, I went to my cellar and I said, you know, I know I have another one, and I thought it was a $20 bottle. I opened it up, and it was this bottle, another red. So that was a red, this is a red, made from the Norella Muscalaceae grape. So a grape that does come out tannic, which is great, and I love it. That mix between a Nebbiolo and a Pinot Noir really hits a spot for me that I really enjoy. So then I opened up this one, not having any clue how much it cost, and I opened it, and this was better than this one. Had like a fresher flavor. This was more, call it along the lines of Nebbiolo, more Barolo-esque, and I loved this wine. And then I looked it up, and it's a $50 wine. So I remember then that I bought this to say, if I'm going to try Mount Etna Red, I might as well try a really good one. And I guess this is San Lorenzo 2017. And then I found out that this was one of Wine Spectator's top 10 wines, and I forget what year. But this came out as one of them, and this wine's awesome. I mean, I went out and bought another one today. And then I bought this, which is same label, but you'll see it doesn't have San Lorenzo. So I'm assuming this is not single vineyard, and this is probably like their Grand Cru type. It even says Grand Terroir. I can't read the rest there. But I'm assuming this is more like their Grand Cru, and this being just their table-ish wine, so $20 or so. But that's the other thing about this region, it should be sort of value added. Well, also when I bought that, I bought a white, and I should know the grapes in here, and I don't. I will have to look that up. This wine is right here, white wine. This is a 2018, so rather young, rather fresh. One consistent thing is there is this minerality that goes through all this wine. It's a terrible term that just gets used a lot, but doesn't really have a great definition. But I guess once you sort of taste what you think something would be minerally, this sort of has it, sort of that wet rock type taste, and it's just good. The reds had fresh strawberries, a cedar aspect, that tannin quality, floral, and you know, it just had a freshness, and then that tannin structure, and the wines were just elegant, but really great. So, gosh, am I glad I just discovered Mount Etna Reds. And I'm hoping that the $20 one over-delivers for the price. The $50 one's amazing, but it's $50. This one, $20 or $18 for this white. I just had one sip. So far, I like it. I need a little bit more time with it. Right off the bat, very aromatic, very perfumed, like a perfumey type wine. You know, it's got some of those white flowers in it. It doesn't smell like... If there's oak, there's a little bit of oak. There's definitely a little bit. Definitely a little bit. I mean, that probably some of the color comes from there too, but great acidity. The reds had good acidity too. Really good acidity, like a Nebbiolo, like a Pinot Noir. This is no different. And I think it's all attributed to that volcanic soil. There are also, I'm pretty sure that because of volcanic soil, a lot of these vineyards are very old. They did not get hit by the phylloxera louse and pre-phylloxera vines, so ungrafted vines, which is also just awesome. So I'll spend a little more time with this white, but I wanted to talk about the reds. If I could find a higher end white, I would most definitely be buying it to see what it tastes like, see how it compares to the $18 one. So far I'm enjoying this. I'm having some salmon tonight. I can't say enough about this $50 red. I'm not sure what this one cost. I'll have to find out. This was a 2014, the other was a 2017. You couldn't really tell that one was that much older than the other by 3 years, but super enjoyable. Can't wait to explore that region even more. So happy I just said, let's go for it. So another region I'm going to be checking out is some wines by the gentleman named, a winemaker named Gravner. And I think he sort of was one of the pioneers of the orange wine. And he's doing a lot of ancestral type things. So I found him as I started looking for ancestral wines and the pet nats, which I do really like. I want to buy more. And then I found Gravner. So this natural wine movement's got this funkiness, sort of you either love it or hate it. The pet nats I really liked. The orange one I had I wasn't the biggest fan of. I'd like to try one of Gravner's. They're very expensive. I found two in New Jersey. They're about $80, $90. I think one's a 2010 is the youngest. And then I found even as old as a 2000, so 20-year-old Gravner white, which would be really interesting to try by a store that I know takes a lot of care. Plucky Wines in their wines. They have one of the best wine selection restaurants in the state of New Jersey. Pluckerman Inn is the restaurant. Plucky Wines is their site. So Gravner might be one of the next wines I'm looking out for. I did find one of my old wish wine lists. I'll be sort of working off of that. Crossed off a lot of wines I've either tried or not interested in anymore. Gonna work through there, see if I can buy a few more of those wines and start tasting and making some more videos and exploring the world of wine even more than I already have. But there's always something to learn, always something to try. Have a good night. Cheers.